Alright, this is Harrison K. Hall, and welcome to Hearthstone, and let's see if I can get one freaking recording of me playing this game, um, without it something exploding. That'd be lovely. Um, so, once again, I have enough coins in the old bank to get a free arena play, and once again, I'm anticipating going 0-3, because apparently, I suck at Arena. I'd like to improve, but every time I attempt to record me playing Arena, something happens. Usually what happens is I lose some part of it. Sometimes it's the audio, sometimes it's the visual. So I've tested everything. I have everything set up about as reliably as I can. I'm going to try not to breathe too hard on the cables in case I don't even know why I lost sound, because I lost sound halfway through the recording the last time. I don't know why. So, yeah, to hell with it. We're gonna try something here and see if I can actually get some recording I can shove into Adobe Premiere without having to call a young priest and an old priest. So let's go with that. Yes, I will give you 150 imaginary coins. Alright. Well, this is a great thing, because see, Warlock I'm not really good with outside the Cthulhu builds, which don't really come into Arena. Rogue I'm reasonable with, but my last Rogue playthrough, I went 0-3, and I don't know crap about crap when it comes to Druid. It's one of the classes I am the least effective with. In fact, this entire lineup is the classes I am least effective with. Then again, last time I went Mage, which I know was, reasonably good in Arena, and I'm reasonably good with, and I went 0-3 anyway, so I guess the choice doesn't matter too terribly much, because I'm terrible. Well, I've done Rogue already, so I've already, checked that off my bucket list of horrible. I'll go with Warlock.
The shadow.
Because even if I don't drew into card advantage, I can get some good stuff here. Alright, between these three cards, Shadow Flame, Forbidden Ritual, and Gnomish Experimenter. Experimenter crap. I hate it. Or at least I think it's crap. Especially I'm not going to struggle with card advantage. I have a gnome. I'm Warlock. Shadow Flame's great, but I don't know what my creature base is, and it's not a first pick. Forbidden Ritual I love because it's one of those kind of cards you have early game and get a little bit of value, but late game it has amazing value. And holy crap, my first picks are Forbidden Ritual and Darkshire Councilman. That's really good synergy right there. Boneguard Lieutenant's crap, especially for Warlock, because I don't want to have to rely on pushing the button. I want the button as an option. Inspire isn't really the greatest strategy. Fen Creeper is great, but after having picked up a Forbidden Ritual, I can't really resist that. I don't know if that's the greed play or not. Aberrant Berserker, Aberrant Berserker. Blood Imp is good. I like the Dark Peddler. A 2/2 for 2 is playable. It's nothing great. It's even below the curve, but discovering a 1-cost card, and Warlock has some really good ones, so I'll go with that. So I hate the random discards. I always have. I know it's a thing for Warlock. But the Impsplosion, especially with the Darkshire Councilman I already have, it seems to be the good choice. Removal, variable removal, but still some options. Possessed Villager's a great 1-drop, Corehound's playable beef at the end, but Drain Life is removal. Seems a pretty easy choice. This is actually tricky, because here we got Ironbeak Owl, which is, it's been nerfed, but Silence is still relevant. Mortal Coil is a great card-drawing spell, but we have Darkshire Councilman, and we're already kind of assembling a token sub-theme just by luck of the draw, which there's enough cards to make it work already. I'm going to hope for Mortal Coil later, because Darkshire Councilman is... I do want more of one than that. Gargoyle, meh. So we're really going between the Healbot and the Silverhand Knight. The Healbot for the health, and the Silverhand Knight because I don't think it's going to be... I don't think I'm going to go into 3 and then coin out to a Silverhand Knight to get a double bump on the Darkshire Councilman, but it's viable. So what's more important, the 8 health or the beef on the board? I think the strategy I'm going with, the beef on the board is. Yeah. Alright, so, beef on board. Zoo strategy, which could actually be very relevant in this game. Wow, these are three very good choices. Late game beef, which I don't have anything of. Mid game to early game numbers, which just works with what I got. And early game mana fixing. The Stormwind, if I play a Forbidden Ritual on 6 and then a Stormwind Champion on 7, there's a very good chance that if they don't have AoE, that's game. Okay. Destroy minion, restore 3 health to your hero. It's expensive, but potent. Summoning Stone is out. Grim Patron, I don't really have any ways to do the damage. So I think Siphon Soul wins just by being the least problematic. 3 for a 4/4, meh. At the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to a non-mech minion. Problem is that's random, and Shadow Flame. I don't anticipate Shadow Flame being the best spell, but it's the best of the 3 options there. A 1-drop that deals 3 damage to me, a 2/3 Wind Fury for 3, or basically what amounts to is a crappier heal bot. With a crappier heal bot with better stats and more expense. I don't have 1-drops, but I don't like the Farseer for its Wind Fury, because I don't think I'll ever get it off. I like the Wind Fury because you kind of have to respond to it or it's obnoxious. And if I later get a that one that gives +4/+4 at the end of the turn and they die, I can do some really tricky things with that. But a 3/2 on 1 is really good too, because if I swing over once, it's game and it's going to have to eat. Ugh. My 3-drops are already solid. I want the little bit of chance to have an early game thing. Wild Pyromancer, no, because that just kind of ruins other things. Midnight Drake for Warlock can be good, and I accidentally picked it. Oh well, I was probably going to pick the other one, but hopefully that was the right thing to do. Sacrificial Pact. I don't have that many demons. In fact, I don't really have any. So other than the Flame Imp, which would get it back, but I don't think it's really that handy. In the mirror match, it could be amazing, but I don't think it's going to pop that way. A 5/5 Wind Fury for 7 is kind of bad, but a 4/4. So either way, I'm going underneath the curve. I'm picking the Nubisoth Sentinel because there's a chance of dropping it on turn 5. If it survives a round, which it might, because it's kind of you have to play around it, I can swing into something, Shadow Flare, and it's still a body that has some weird. My opponent has to play around it. They can't just do whatever the heck they. Are you serious? Vanilla 4/6 that just can't is really hard to target. Possessed Villager, which works with the other Darkshire Councilman, or another Darkshire Councilman. Screw it, I'm going for it. There's just too much stuff that can work with it. Gurubashi Berserker is a cleric favorite, but I'm not playing cleric, so screw it. Whenever this minion takes damage, also deal that amount to your hero. I love seeing that thing on board because I can fuck with it horribly, so Wrathguard is bad. The Harvest Golem seems a stronger play with my sub-strategy. Silverhand Regent seems stronger with my sub-strategy. Infested Tauren would normally be not worth it, but the Death Rattle summon into the Darkshire Councilman, which I already have 3 of, is very, 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 very potent. Possessed Villager could be potent late game. Well, no, it's never going to be potent. I really don't like this thing. Do I have enough mechs? Do I have any mech? I have 1 mech. Yeah. The Taunter is more useful for me. Man, they've been trying to push me that Blood Imp. The 3rd Blood Imp I've seen. Deal 4 damage, discard a random card. As much as I hate discarding random cards, that's just elegant. But Shattered Sun Cleric might fit better for my strategy. And it's not like I don't have some good removal, because the other thing about Forbidden Ritual is, unless they respond with it AoE, it basically reads spend all your mana, and have that many 1-point damage creatures to deal with later, because it can be very, very problematic. It's hard to work around. I might miss the Soulfire, but I think that's the better choice. Though I really need some 2-drops. Minions cost 2 less, but not less than 1. Darkscale Healer. Mukla's Champion I would normally pass up, but considering how much token stuff I've got, I feel like I'm making the wrong choice. But yeah. Ugh. Random. Welcome to why I dislike Warlock so damn much. All things being equal, the 5/7 charging demon is probably the better choice. So I definitely need to shore up my 2-drops because I don't have that many. And Fairy Dragon's a 3/2 that's super sticky, so we'll go with that. Are you shitting me? Screw it, I've already decided that there's a very good chance I'm going to go 0 and 3, so let's commit to 0 and 3, or commit to living the dream. 4 Darkshire Councilman, why not? I have one other dragon. Whenever you target this minion with a spell, gain 1. I don't really have anything that I'm ever going to want to target him with. There's some weird synergy with the Shadow Flame, because he'll pop up to 4 first before the sack, but that doesn't seem like something you actually play into. That seems just like, oh, winkadinkle luck. And especially with me playing this weird zoo strategy, I think the Raid Leader is the better choice. Corruption, Abusive Sergeant, another Silverhand Regent. This is another one of those ones where I don't know. Abusive Sergeant is a 1-drop that can really boost something, and with the number of crap cards, 1/1s, and dumb tokens I'm playing, it's incredibly relevant. More tokens is incredibly relevant, and Corruption is some amazing removal because of its low cost, and you can sometimes play it in where it basically doesn't matter what they do with the creature. They've got 1 turn and it's dead in the water. There's nothing they can do. Commit to the theme. Commit to the theme, Harrison. And committing to the theme also gives me the Bilefin Tidehunter, which is a 2-drop, shores up the weakness of the curve in the early game, and commits to the Darkshire Councilman theme. This is one of the few decks where Zealous Initiate almost fits. Almost. If it wasn't for the Loot Hoarder that's going against it. Give a demon +3/+3. Give your opponent a mana crystal. What am I looking at for demons? Because I have a couple more than I did. But not enough to suggest it. The North Sea Kraken at the end game can be potent, and I don't need the card draw, so we'll go with that. 3 cards left. A 2/5 charger for 4. The Possessed Villager, or another Dark Peddler. Dark Peddler is useful. I like it. It also, I like Discover a lot, because it does, it still lets me, it's not random, it lets me pick a card that best fits from a selection of 3. Whenever this minion takes damage, summon a 1/1 imp, fit strategy. And this is my last card. The Light Warden's out. The Mana Wraith is surprisingly out, just because I'm so minion focused. Granted, I have token cards to get around it, but not so many. Most of them are creatures themselves, so that just really hurts me more. So Saboteur, because sometimes that is highly relevant. So before I cut this video off, we're going to talk about strategy, and I think it's pretty clear what the strategy is. I only have 3 cards in duplicates of any sort, and one of them is 4 copies of the Darkshire Councilman, which is insanely lucky. If I had to choose one card, like, to pick to remove, and if I could pick one card, it would definitely be the Knife Thrower, or whatever his name is, because if I had drafted one of these, I would be on the moon right now. But really, this is all about getting as many small creatures out as quickly as possible. I'm probably going to be hitting my button a lot, and I'm probably going to be very relentless. I've got just enough creature kill that it's possible to go full game and actually survive and do the things I want to do. So we're going to see where this goes. Yeah, there's going to be moment. What I'm hoping for is if I can survive around turn 5, having a Silverhand Regent, a Darkshire Councilman, drawing a card into a creature that I can play, and then getting the 1/1 Silverhand Recruit, and being able to jack up the Darkshire Councilman extensively, and his 5 on the back end makes him super sticky. So that's another reason why he was a safe pull. Yeah, I have a good feeling about this deck. Then again, I had a good feeling about the Mage deck. That died. The Rogue deck I knew was dead in the water because I drafted nothing of consequence. But, oh well, let's see. Can we do better than complete and total failure? Let's find out.